now we're moving into 378. This is a known archetype. It's a highly assertive type. It's ambitious, innovative, protective. This is someone who wants to be successful and make a splash in a big way. This is a straight talker. This is the mover and shaker. This is the archetype that we usually associate with 8, but in particular, strong 7s come across this way and strong 3s. This is the dynamic, assertive, can-do type in each center. This person has the vision and can create the goals, set the parameters, and make it happen. The solution-oriented nature of 8 keeps this type going. The 7 is engaging and brings out the interpersonal, lighthearted aspect, as well as the dream and the idea of what can be. And then the 3 wants the success, but also brings that quality of being able to organize the details and set the goals and the parameters, and wants to meet each one, and they know how to break down the variables and make it happen. This is the dynamic go-getter focused on the prize. A highly expansive, this is a real powerhouse individual that sees the big picture and a positive future and the will to make it happen. There's no other combination that has almost the Teflon quality of being able to keep going when others maybe see problems or difficulties. They can almost let those negative experiences or feedback bounce off of them. They're almost bulletproof, is the way I would describe this type. We need this archetype to see what can be and hang in there to make it happen. What's interesting about this combination is they want success, and when they have obstacles, they just see them as competitive challenges. It isn't like a deterrent. It's, oh, okay, we can handle that. And each type coming together will find a way to do that. Like the 3 will do it with more finesse, the 7 will do it with more schmoozing, and the 8 will do it by pushing a little harder and protecting that which they feel is important. Therefore, the life mission for this tritype is to see what is possible and find innovative ways to achieve goals and manifest the dream. This is the true mover and shaker, candlestick maker, and they are happiest when they are in a position of power to really see this vision come to fruition, and that they need to be doing. This is the real doing individual. Not in busyness, but in completion and big picture ideas to feel alive. If they're not doing, they don't feel alive. So they'll always have a project going. They'll always be in the midst of developing something big. And if they don't, they quickly find something to work on. They will not stay in a state of apathy. Even if they hit a rough spot, they rebound. This is the rebounder.
Is that the 7 influence?
And 3. 3s will frame their failures as learning experiences. 7s will frame their disappointments as opportunities. And the 8 will just go to denial and say it didn't happen and find a better way of doing it. The 8 won't fight with success. They will go with what works. And this tritype can see that more than any other. The vulnerability is that they can overwork and be overcharged and overbearing. And actually, the blind spot is they can be so expeditious, assertive, and results-oriented that they miss their impact on others. I mean, if you're moving towards a goal full speed ahead, this is like the locomotive that is on a mission, that they can really miss their impact on others. They will identify with being protective. They will identify with being inspirational and getting things done. So they'll be deeply hurt when others feel run over by them because it isn't their intention. But what the 3/7/8s will say to me once they understand this tritype is that they really had in their mind the best interests of others at heart and wanted to get the result so that people could benefit and that they could see in retrospect that others could perceive that as out of my way. You're either for me or against me, and in particular when the 8 is in charge. But they truly are trying to create a world or a group or a business that succeeds and you get results and everyone benefits from. So what they lose is the deeper meaning and significance of why they're doing what they're doing. So they can set out to create, let's say, a homeless shelter. And they put all this energy in and they have really high ideals and values and vision. But because they need it to happen, and it must happen, and things need to happen in a timely manner, and they need to get it done, that they forget why they're doing it. And it was because they cared so much to begin with. And that's why their feelings get hurt, because they miss that connection to themselves when they're in the compulsive part of this tritype, which is to get it done. Well, this particular tritype stop really listening to their own feelings and their sensitivities and their intuitive connection to themselves. No heart in a way that is going to get them there. There's no doubt. This person does not have doubt. So they would feel, maybe in retrospect, they would be angry with themselves that they didn't remember why. They can have a lot of self-vengeance for that reason. This is the person that does what they need to do. But with the self-pres, it would, the empire building. But they don't really want to be alone. They're, in a way, they're group-oriented. They need an audience. They need a reason to be doing what they're doing. They're not going to take things personally, how to get the results. Yeah, so this isn't someone that becomes a shapeshifter. This is someone that avoids emotions like speed bumps. You go around them or over them fast.